What is going on, my fellow nerds? Abrasive Otter here, bringing you another guide on what I personally believe is like the fastest meta build in Season 10 of Diablo 3. Now, some people may disagree with me, and they're more than entitled to their opinions. I have no problem with that, alright? But just note, when it comes to like average speed of the runs, this definitely like feels like the fastest and smoothest composition to run, alright? Now, this guide is going to be a play-by-play guide, and it's going to go into depth on what you should be doing in order to make the most out of your builds for the Grift, right? And if you already know what you're doing, if you've already been doing speed 95s and you're just kind of curious on what it is, then you don't have to watch this video, all right? There's another version of the video that's just the Grift itself, and you are more than welcome to go watch that, all right? It's 5 minutes and 7 seconds long, but if you want to stay around and want to listen, you want to learn how to do this, stick around. So enough rambling, let's get into it, alright? So this composition is going to run the same standard, being the ZDPS Barbarian, ZDPS Monk, and Firebat's Witch Doctor. What's going to change is our Rift Guardian Killer. That's going to be the Convention of Elements Lightning Hydra Wizard. Now, the ZDPS Monk and the ZDPS Barbarian are going to do literally nothing different from what they've been doing like the last 3 seasons. So if you play one of those 2 classes, you're Gucci, alright? Do what you've been doing. What has changed, though, is between the Witch Doctor and the Wizard, alright? They need to synergize correctly so that the Witch Doctors give the Wizards the necessary power to drop those elites. Because, yes, Witch Doctor's damage is broken, but when you kill all the trash and you only have the elite left, it takes way too long to kill that elite. And if you want to shave how fast you can get there or kill that elite, Wizard is right there to back you up, and that's where they drop their Hydras or they use their beam, and they will drop that elite fucking instantly. Alright, so you want to pull back on the trigger just a little bit as a Witch Doctor so that you can give your Wizard stacks. Work together as a team. You kill the trash, he kills the elites, you work together. I swear you'll be able to do these in 10 minutes flat. It's fucking gross how efficient this build is, alright? So, I'm going to start the video, and we're just going to pause it, you know, where I feel necessary that needs to be going. So we're going to start off now. We see that I started my lightning rotation, so as a wizard, like, I'm not on my cult, so I can't immediately go into Archon. So I have to, like, dodge and weave, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, like, my way into my next Archon. Now, we see that we're stacking up right here. We're getting into it. I go into my Archon form. As soon as I go into my Archon form, you're going to see the Witch Doctor is going to start channeling, all right? He's got the trash. He's going to start channeling. Now, what's important to note here is he's going to stop channeling once I come out of Archon. Like, he's going to stop channeling, and you're like, why is he doing that? Remember, if you give the wizard kills while they're in Archon form, they get Archon stacks. And Archon stacks are like the best thing since sliced bread, so we want to do that. So he stops channeling. I'm getting in position. I'm getting ready. I'm going down here. I cast my bubble. I cast my thing. I go into it and burn the elite pack, and poof, everything dies. All right, good day. Now that the mob is pretty much destroyed, this is where the Witch Doctor really shines compared to running like 2 COE Hydra Wizards, because you have to depend on rotations. The Witch Doctor's damage is consistent. He's going to keep killing the mobs. He's going to keep killing everything. And that's when I come out and I just immediately cast my Hydras. I space myself up. I'm out of Archon, so I got to dodge, dip, duck, and dot, whatever, tongue twister, dodgeball. And then use my time bubble and go into Archon form, and poof, dead and done. Dropped like a rock. Cool. So now we're going to go up and we're going to keep going. Oh, we see a conduit. All right. So the thing about conduit, guys, is that conduit can only hit 6 targets at a time. All right. So when we see this conduit, we don't want to click it until we find elites. So we see that he found an elite, but we don't want to drag it all the way up there. We want to drag it next to the pylon. So we're going to get all the trash right next to the pylon, and we're going to allow the barbarian to pull the elite down to us. And then we're going to actually kill this trash. So we're getting set up. I tell him I'm on my rotation, and I'm going to be shit on the trash, all right? Good to go. Now, I'm going to pause it right here. A little thing that's different is that in push scripting, you literally want to kill all the trash. Like, you want to kill all of it. And then you pop the conduit when there's only the elites left. When it's speed runs, as long as you're able to thin out the trash a little bit, you can pop the conduit, alright? It doesn't matter if you have to kill all the trash. In push drifting, it matters. But when you're in this scenario, just thin out the herd a little bit. Trim the fat just a little bit, and then you can pop the conduit. So we're going to get back into it. So we pop the conduit. I'm getting crazy stacks. Like, holy crap, I'm getting awesome stacks. I get out of Archon pretty soon here, and because we have conduit and I have a Firebat's Witch Doctor, I know that trash is going to be fucking wiped out by the time my Hydras are placed. So I'm going to place my Hydras, get them set up, get everything going, you know, dodge, dip, duck, and then dive in my way to victory, and then I go into my Archon form and poof, shit on his neck. Alright, cool. I'm going to move up to the next position. Let's see, what do we find up next here? I'm not quite remember. What is it? I think it's a power. It's a power. Okay, so this is where we find the power pylon. Now, usually we want to like get set up next to the power pylon and let him drag another elite to us, right? But right here, we're going to see him ping, I think. Yep, boom, he pings. Now I'm going to pause right here. This is very important to note, guys. Z-Barb knows all. You need to fucking respect him on his job. Everybody has a job, everybody has a role. And the Z-Barb's role is, I have the information, you do not. So when the Barb says, or pings, a certain spot to go, fucking go there. Like, just listen to him. Trust your barbarian. Trust your teammates, alright? This is a team game. If he's telling you to go somewhere, trust his judgment. So we're trusting his judgment to go down there. And it was the right decision because he's got 3 blues down there. So think about it logically, guys. It's either we stay right here, he pops the, the power pylon and then has to go down and drag 9 elites through a big corridor. And we don't know if those elites are big elites or not. Or we go down to the 9 blues. He pops the power pylon and only has to drag 1 elite down to us. Like, doesn't have to drag the pack, just has to drag the yellow to us. So it's much more worth it to, go down to this pack, which is what we do. So we go down here. There's a pretty big mistake I made in this Grift. I'm going to pause it right about here, okay? Now I'm in my rotation, and I feel like I need to go into my rotation and start killing things. That's fine. I didn't have pretty much all the information, and we were not on voice comms. Witch Doctor here is smart as hell, alright? He's not going to channel. I'm going to start channeling my beam, and I realized I made a mistake. I'm going to start killing his trash for no fucking reason and negating a lot of his area damage. Thank God our damage was high enough. It didn't really matter for 95s, but for 100s or 105s, I definitely would have been upset, and he would have really been upset at me, and he would have been completely justified for doing so. Don't kill the Witch Doctor's trash if you don't have to. At the same time, Witch Doctors, don't kill your trash if your wizard isn't set up right. Alright, work together. So he sees that there's a bunch of stuff and he's trying to get everything set, and he doesn't want to start channeling until that power pylon's clicked, because once that power pylon's clicked and he starts channeling, everything's going to die instantly. But I start channeling a little prematurely, alright? A little premature ejaculator here, I guess you could call it. And I burn it on accident. Well, not all of it, but quite a bit of it, and it was my mistake. So anyways, I go in, I start, burning, and we'll slow it down here just a little bit, and yeah, you can see right there, like right when the power popped, he burned that trash. Like right when the power went off, he started burning it. So I'm gonna start getting in position. We start killing the elites. Witch Doctor is just going to town, killing these elites. He just killed 2 of them. In this scenario, I would usually use my beam, but because I have power pylon and 138 fucking stacks, like my Hydra is going to kill everything in one shot, so it doesn't matter. So I use my Hydras, go into Archon form, and poof, I drop an elite from 75 to 0 and nothing flat, alright? Now right here, we're going to pause it just for a quick second. The rule of thumb I want you guys to take into account when you're doing speed grifting is that Witch Doctors, if there's an elite in the group, don't burn unless you're on the wizard's rotation. If there's no elite in the group, fucking burn that shit, and if you're a wizard, don't get pissed off at your Witch Doctor, alright? The whole reason he's burning trash is so that you have stacks to drop the elite that he couldn't drop. He can drop all the trash all damn day. If we were just using trash, then I don't have to play on my rotation. But if there's an elite, then it would be behoove of us to play on the wizard's rotation so that the wizard has the stacks to kill the elite on the next rotation. So we see right here, hey, we're just going to burn this, get it down quick, real, easy. Now, we see that, after we burn this, we're about at 5%. And this is kind of important to note, right? If you are at 95 to 97% and you have an elite group that you're about to kill, don't kill it. Alright? Go find a big mob. Skip it. Go find a big mob. Get it set up, and then burn it, and give the wizard all the stacks in the world so that he can drop the Rift Guardian in one rotation with those Archon stacks. It's kind of a cool little trick. I would suggest doing it. So that's what we're going to do here. So we're moving up. He just clicks and goes. We have the speed pylon. We find a T intersection, and we start stacking up there, all right? So we get set up. We're doing everything. I have to enter my rotation. I enter my rotation. I'm like, I don't think there's enough here, and I kind of go in to scout it just a little bit more. And I see that we start pulling in a lot of trash. Like, we're starting to pull in a lot of shit. And I'm like, stop. I tell him to stop channeling. Wait for my next rotation. Alright? I want to burn all this trash. So I tell him to stop. Just wait a couple seconds. It's worth it. We're getting set up. I'm dodge, duck, dip, weaving, doing my ferret squirrel maneuvers, and then tell him to burn it. Go into my Archon form. We start burning, and my lightning convention goes off, and shit on everything. All right, and then with the Rift Guardian, note that wizards, make sure you're punching the butcher, or well, the Rift Guardian. Actually, just make sure you're punching them. Don't beam them. Punches stack stricken faster. So punch them, and then, you know, get yourself distance, get yourself set for your Hydra rotation. I'm gonna get myself down here. I'm gonna get ready. All right, my fire rotation's up. Cast my Hydras, cast my time bubble, and shit all over your dreams in your life, and you're done. So that's that, fellas. I hope I was able to help you guys. I know it's a little more in detail of what people would like, but this is to help, you know, casual players get up to that level. If you're already on that level and you just want to watch the video and you felt like this is kind of like, well, yeah, that's just common sense. Well, yeah, common sense is a very uncommon virtue, guys. So this is to help out everybody and kind of give that Grift guide, because really no YouTube videos really kind of give an in-depth Grift guide on how you're supposed to actually run the speed runs as a composition. So I hope you were able to enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. For now, though, I'm Abrasive Otter, and as always, take it easy.